Hello. Turn that off. Right. Sorry about that. Oh my God. I was watching something else before. I'd got set up. And I was watching something else before and I'd put me on mute. And I forgot. So good evening. Hope we are all well. Yeah, it had froze again at the beginning. Hi Carol. Hope you're okay. Yeah. I don't know how to stop this freezing at the beginning. I've just been watching someone else on their live, and they're coming via Zoom to Facebook into a private group. So totally different to how I do it. And theirs froze at the beginning as well. So I don't know. I'm unsure. I think I'm going to have to do some asking about. There's bound to be somebody that knows. Right, I'm sitting in darkness more or less here, which is a bit crazy, isn't it? There we go, that's better. I can see. Right, so yes, I wasn't going to be here this evening because I was dog sitting. But unfortunately, my friend Julie, who's sometimes on here, she isn't well, so she hasn't gone. So I'm at home this weekend. So I thought, you know what, I will hop on. It's going to be a quick one because Hayden needs a lift. He's at uni and he's doing something that he needs to stay later than the last bus. So it's mum taxi again this evening. Right, it's the last day of the month and we've been using the capturing smiles. Well, the other week we actually had a look at the Sunniest Story Scrapbooking Kit and we made a couple of those, and then I've made a couple more. Well, I've got a few left and I thought, you know what, I need to use this weekend to finish things off. I've got lots of part done things and things I've created and left to use for other things. I thought, right, this weekend I'm going to use it up. You got the kit. Oh, excellent. Well done. It's gorgeous, isn't it? It is gorgeous. So yeah, I thought we'll do a bit more of this tonight. Now, something that I can't remember if I said it last time. When I was sorting out all the pieces to go with the pages that it suggests, you don't get all the pieces to make all 6 spreads. You can do 3 double spreads, but there are the pages to make the others and bits left over. So we'll find that we're swapping out things, which is fine. It's using our creativity to do that. So if I swap cameras, so we've got the kit. We made the first 2 pages, which was that one and that one. Well, the first 4 pages, really, isn't it? And then I did these 2 here. So I've done 4 pages, 4 double page spreads. Someone did 12 pages. It doesn't surprise me, Carol, at all. I mean, if you do all your own design, it's, yeah. I mean, you have got 12 single pages, 12 by 12 pages. So, yeah, by the end of this, that's what I will have, hopefully. So, let's get going. So, my next 2 that I've grabbed are these. With the sort of diamond and spots on the back, which are in our instruction book, something like that. And these are the components, not the photo mats, obviously I've added those, but the exact components that are on the instructions for ideas that I've got left, and then I can add some more to it as well. So let's start with this page. And I am going to have this here for reference. So it's telling me I'm going to sort my photo out first, and I'm going to add a glue dot on there again so that I can remove it without causing too much damage to my paper, because I'll have a photo to put on top of it. I'll take some of the sticky off, and it's telling me my photo is going to go somewhere there. There we go. Then we want 3 squares of different papers, which look like a bit of that, a bit of that, and a bit of a blue as well. Now obviously we might have to swap some things out because we've used bits. I haven't got a blue. That looked like blue then, but it's not. Have I got anything blue? I've got all my bits here. That's a bit blue. It's gonna have most of it covered, so I am thinking I might use that as my blue bit. Now they are squares on there, but I may do them as oblongs, because if that's the same as that, yes it is, so I can cut everything down to match that, because I want something, because I've got that bright there, so I want something just tonal. I don't really want another pink. Yellow doesn't look that good against there. So yeah, I am going to go with that. An inch. Right. So I think this will be 4 by 3. Let's just check. Yeah, so that's a 4 by 3. So we shall cut, oops, 2 pieces of this to be 4 by 3. Now that is not quite big enough. Trim that down. 4 by 3. So what have we been up to today? Our weather has been absolutely spectacular again. I did my live and then I sat outside today. I had a lazy morning because I had a late night. Why I had a late night, I'm not sure. I was just on my phone watching and playing my game and just totally lost track of time. So I had a very lazy morning. Right, I am going to sort of give me a middle so that I can get this somewhat in the middle. Coffee with friends, and oh, it's been nice there too. Oh, good. Who was I on to? I think it was when I was on my live this afternoon. My friend who's up north, well, north from here, they'd got horrible rain. Lovely. So she was hoping it was going to get better for the weekend. But it's bank holiday, isn't it? So we all know exactly how it's going to be. Right, so I'm just going to pop these on somewhat equal. So that's 1.5 inches, but that's 1/2 inch, so we want 3/4 of an inch. Be thereabouts and thereabouts, top to bottom. As you know me by now, I don't do things perfectly. You had rain throughout the night? Oh wow! I don't believe we did. I mean, my pots, I was going to water them last night, and I forgot. So they are desperate to be watered today. And that's exactly what I'm going to do as soon as I've finished here, is water and then fetch Hayden. Right. That's those. So we've got oblongs instead of squares, but that's absolutely fine. We can stick too slightly, photo map back down around there, and then we've got this which goes on here with a photo in it. So what I'm going to do, because that'll be a 3x3. Have I got a 3x3 little photo mat? I don't. Oh, I might have. I have. So I can just pop that. It'll look a bit odd at the moment, obviously, because it's not round. And I think what I'm going to do will be to pop that on dimensionals. This is us. How nice is that as a sentiment? This is us. Right, so I'm going to glue that down on that edge. A bit higher, I think. Right there. And then that'll go on dimensional. I just want a little bit of glue on there. Like so. And then that to cover up the blue there. I like it covering it totally. And I will add somewhere, I have a couple of dimensionals. I know they've said there's a possibility of rain, haven't they, all weekend? Oh, I don't want one on there, do I? Because that's going to overlap. Put a bit of glue on the bottom. On and off all weekend. But when you actually look at it, it's for like half an hour or so. You know, between 1 and 2 or something like that. Not so. Hopefully, it won't be too bad. Right, so that's those on there. Excuse me. Right, so what I'm going to do is, like I've done before on here, I'm going to add my dimensionals, and I'm going to use mini and put them right. It doesn't matter which is top and bottom, does it? So I'm going to put them right at the bottom edge and sides. And then I'll be able to slip a photo in it after. Obviously I shall have to cut it round, but I will be able to cut it down and slip it in, and then I can add a dimensional on the top when I'm ready. So I'll have that somewhere like there, and then that on dimensionals as well. That one in the middle. Actually, I'll use little ones for the edges because it's not that big. It's having a larger one in the middle. So yes, I don't know what I'm going to do the weekend yet. Other than a bit of crafting, obviously, to make up my bits that need using. I have that there. And then I'm going for that on there, which will just glue. But I have just got so many bits about of this done, bits of that done, and I thought, you know what, it'd be a perfect weekend to get things done. Right, we'll add dimensional behind each of those to pull it up. I might even get me another one of these kits because I like kits so much, and to just do how I want to do it, not necessarily following any of the ideas that they give you. I think I just want to make some alternatives. Or I might actually, giving myself something else to do, make a mini album with it, because I think it's lovely and bright and it would be great as a mini album. Right, that's that page. So slight variation in that we've had to use the oblongs, rectangles, however you want to say it, instead of the squares. Now I know they go the wrong way if you were journaling on it. Does it matter to me? Not at all. If it did bother you, you could always stick something inside like that, maybe. In fact, I like that. It is good value, isn't it? It's fab. I'm just, yeah, for the amount of product you get in here. So yeah, I'm going to purchase me another one and make that up as I want to. There we go. So that's sorted. That out doesn't look quite so odd now. So I'm pleased with that once I've got my photos on there. Okay, so the next one is this one. And I think again we're going to have to make up a little bit, because on it here for a sample we've got a square of that and a square of green. Now I don't believe I've got any green left, so let's just have a look what we have got and see. Well, we haven't got any green, but we could do that. That'd work, because it'll have that over the top, so that'll dull it down a bit. Right, and I'm going to cut these at 4x3. Well, they're already 4. So I'm going to cut them at 3 inches so that we've got them the same as the other one, because I think it'd look pretty odd if one's got oblongs and one's got squares. I'm going to stick them on, so I'm going to grab my ruler again just to put here. I know they're going to come in around 3/4 of an inch for a pastry, and it was very delicious, but I've now got flaky pastry all over me. There we go, that looks good. And then the same on this side. I'll put that there. I totally forgot that last night was the start of the scrapbooking album online virtual retreat. I bought the kit. Totally forgot it was going on last night. So I shall be catching up on that as well. It's on again tonight and tomorrow, I believe. So I'm hoping to get back from taking Hayden and from fetching Hayden and be able to have a play. Right, so that's going to go in the middle there. That'll be flat. Yeah, I'll have this one flat. Like that. That's nice. And then our photo is to go in the middle. And it has sticky corners on it. So let's grab a couple of sticky corners, and like I did with the others, I shall put them over it so it doesn't interfere with me swapping it out. What I have done with stickers before, I don't know if I did it on the last one, is use my embossing buddy to take away the stickiness so that I can overlap it if I want to, but I'm quite happy with them being placed just like that. Right, then I want a little bit of this blue that's about yay long. Let's grab a mini trimmer. I love this little guillotine. I have no idea how long it is. It is approximately 4¼ inches, and that will go here, which will be flat. I'll just pop glue on this one side because it's going to go over our photo. Here, there we go, just overlapping, and then this frame will sit on top, and that will end up having another photo in it, which I am going to put on flat as well. So I will have glue across the top and across the bottom. Pop that there. And I'll pop a glue dot on here so that we can see that it's going to be a photo. There. Lovely. And we've got our amazing, which I'm going to pop up on dimensionals up to that little bit of A. Put one there. And we can use a couple of larger ones as well. Some smaller ones. Just whatever fits so we're not wasting. Because we all have plenty of dimensionals, but they cost money, so we don't want to waste and use them where we don't really need to. Right, that'll go on there. Fabulous. And then we've got some flowers here that will go over. So I'm going to put dimensionals on this bit. And there. And a smaller one there. Then I'll be able to tuck my photo under there again. That's those two on there. And then again, mini dimensional on that side, just so that that overlaps, but I can stick it under. And then I think we'll have that one flat, maybe. Yeah, I'll pop that one flat, just for a little bit of added interest. Okay, and there we have our 2 pages done. That didn't take very long at all, did it? So, shall we do our final 2? Why not? And then we've completed the kit. And I can say, yay! Right, let me go with this one first. It was quick, wasn't it, that one? It just seemed to come together really easily. Right, so for this one, it's saying about having that around there with a couple of these up there. Move that down a bit. And there we go. The hello on there, and then we can journal on there. Now I hadn't got those flowers, so we can make something up to go with that, because I haven't got those flowers either. Maybe I pulled that out, or maybe that slipped onto here. We shall see. Right, I need 3 3x3s. I've got one. Just got. Let me grab my pack where I've got them. There we go. Let's find another 2 3x3s. There's another one. So I'm not short of these. There we go. It's giving us what we need. Back down there. In case we need it for the next one. Okay. So that'll line up there. Something like that. And then something like that. And then that one around there. Yep. Right. Glue dots. Got my little ones here. Away. So pop that somewhere there, I think. Quite happy with that. It's our first one, so that can set the precedent for all the rest. I have this one quite close on that. And I need some more little glue dots, which I know I have some more, which are actually the ones that came with this kit. Put that on there. Right, and then that is like so. And then this one we can glue down. And that is put square on to those like so. And pop these underneath. I'm not going to pop these up. I'll just tuck them underneath. Like so. And then I'm going to raise my little hello and some mini dimensionals. Have you got any plans for the weekend, Carol? I'm sure you'll be seeing Ellie, maybe. There we go, like that. And then we have on our sticker sheet these long hearts. Now they go over the photos, but obviously I don't want them to stick over there. So I shall be doing what I said earlier and grabbing my embossing buddy. And that's about there. So if I add this to about there, that should take. Oh, you've got Ellie tomorrow. How lovely. And then you're seeing them all on. So, oh, gorgeous. Oops. All right, so it's not sticky underneath where the photos are going to be added. I'm just going to line that up with some of the lines that I've got on my backing paper. Stick that down. There we go. Just get rid of all that powder. Like it. Just adds a little bit of added interest. And then we should have flowers. But I haven't. So what have I got that I can cut out or add? I've got that flower I could cut from there. There's nothing large enough on the cards. Oh, she says I haven't got a flower. Look what I found. A flower. Lots of flowers and foliage. Oh, I tell lies. Right. I've also got a couple of little flowers on here. I'm going to pop that there. Another flower. Let's see, because it all just got chucked in. It's a bit mixed up. Right, another flower. And I have got some other flowers that can be die cut. Right, now I will need something to correspond on my other. So that's using the same colour flower as in that. So I could use that. And then on my other page, because I've got yellow foliage on here and yellow on here, could use a yellow flower and use blue foliage instead, just to switch it about a bit if need be. I think that needs the bigger flower. So we can add this. I might add that as well to make it larger. And we should have a yellow. I bet it's the yellow sticker. Yeah, so we want that yellow sticker, which we will take our sticky off. There we go. Excellent. And then I can pop that there. Right, let's put these on. So I want that one on a dimensional. That's there. So pop that there. And then we'll have that one. Have that one flat and that one on a dimensional. That flat. I'm going to have them all on dimensionals. That's how I feel. that there. And then actually, yeah, we'll have that flat. Glue at the bottom so it's not on the photo mat. And then we could, if we want to, add some foliage, extra foliage. If I put blue foliage, that'll tie it in somewhat more with if I use the blue on the other page, because we haven't got a lot of blue on here. That'll help tie it in. I'll just add a bit of glue on those. Pop those in under there. Brilliant. And then we need our yellow, we've used our yellow bookmark piece, but we can always use something else. We can go for using those on the next piece. So we'll go for we could tie the blue in with that, couldn't we? I think we might be going a little bit too blue. I'll wait and see what we use on the other one, on our other page, which we have here, and then try and tie it in. Right, so on this page, it takes a 5x7 photo. It does. So I am going to cut a piece of card stock. Now I'm thinking, will I actually get a 5x7 printed? I might. I do have some actually. Thinking about it, I do have some of my wedding photos that are 5x7, so I could add that on there. So we'll go 5, trim it down at 7. It's not a size I use. I know it's a popular size, it's popular frame size, but it's not a size I get my photos printed in. I use free prints, and you have to pay extra. Right, I'm going to chop this in half because I don't need it all. I just need some sticking out. So it's 4, isn't it? So we'll do it at 2, and then that'll give me an extra piece for something else. Right, so I'm going to have that about there, maybe. Want it about equal, like that. Right, let's pop a glue dot on that. One, 2 and a bit. 1, 2 and a bit. There we go. Just done that. Then we can glue this down in there. Still a beautiful clear sky outside. And to make that level, pop it around there. Yep, so my level, that equals those sides out. And then I want my yellow corners of my sticker sheet. Make sure that's stayed straight. And then we can pop those where they will be. I know they're supposed to overlap the photo too, as though they're holding them down. But I'm good with it like this. That. At least this way it means I can get them made and then add my photos when I'm ready. What else have we got on here? Oh, we've got the other one of these long hearts. So embossing buddy again. Oh. And then we'll stick that up the right way. Nearly. Want it quite low. Need it a bit higher so you can see that. There we go. Put that down there. And then Happy Day is going to go on dimensional. Oh no, we've got this first, haven't we? That's going to, I need to put that one on. We'll have that there. And I'll put this flat because of writing on it. At the very bottom. I am slowly pushing it down till it looks right. There we go. Like that. Then we'll have our Happy Day on dimensionals. Which sits just up there, top of there. Lovely. Now we will have one of the paper clips on, but I shall leave that till after. And then we want our little memo piece. Where have I put that? Here. I'm using the blue one, aren't I? Because I'd use the other. It's our little pocket. We'll make this up. Yeah, and I've got the blue one for this. That helps it all tie in with more with the blue. Because on the example, it's the I don't even know what colour it is. Eclipso coral? Flirty flamingo. I don't know. I honestly don't know what colour it is. It doesn't. Oh, Eclipso coral. Sometimes when you're looking at them, it's hard to say. We're going to have that there, so I can put glue under there. Like so. I'll just sit nicely there. And then we'll find something to tuck in there. Then I want my flower, which I'm going to use this nice large one, and I'm going to put that on a dimensional. And I have only put one on because I'm going to be sticking stuff underneath it and round it. And then we'll go with our blue foliage, our green leaves, and a bit of this foliage as well, it looks like. But I'm going to cut those because we don't need both. Right, so I'm going to pop that under there. A bit of glue on that. goes under like so. And we've got our blue sticking out over here. I'll pop a bit of glue on the end of there. Can just pop in like that. And then we'll have our green leaves here, which I'm going to glue to the underside of our flower. There. Just hold that a second for that to grab, because I'm not sticking it down because that'll be my photo. Right. And that is that. So we need to see something for in there. I've got lots of these little bits. Let's have a look. What other one? Oh, here we go. Yellow, soft green. So I think we'll have pinky. Might even have another one of those with memo on from the different languages. Excuse me, but they're in the bottom of the box, so we'll go with that one for now. That's fine. And then we want to add a tab there. I'm going to decide which one. So we've got the pink, the green, or the dark blue. And I think, well, you can't see it, the green, the pink, and the blue. Now I'm thinking on the blue situation, we've got 2 bits of blue on that one, but we've only got that one on there. So I'm thinking let's bring that over some more up here, like so, and that'll just tie that, balance it. So there we go. That's our other 2 pages done. Right, let me have a little tidy. Thank you. And we can look at our pages, and we can also have a look at how much we've got left. Move those out the way. Let's move those. Move my trimmer. Right. So we'll start from the first ones. We shall see, shall we? Well, hey. So our first couple of pages are those 2, which are gorgeous. I love those. Not a big reader at all, but I shall use it for something else. I'll tie it in, that's fine. But yeah, I have took the photo mats off them, but let me find the instructions, and then on those we will have, this one will have 3 3x4s there, and that one will have 1 large 4x6. So we've got those 2 pages. Next we have these 2, which are the first 2 that we did, and we will have a large photo on there, and then 3 small and a journaling piece on there, which, why didn't I grab that? Have I got that noted, please? Somewhere? I have. There we go. So we'll just temporarily tuck that in. Oops. There. It needs trimming. It's not trimmed properly, but that'll be on there. That's those 2 pages. Then the next ones were these 2. which will have 2 little photos in there, and then a 3x4 on there. And of course you can add more photos if you wish. There's nothing wrong with adding extra down the side, but that's what it's been designed to have. That's 6 pages. So that was 6 pages made as it is in the instructions. So the 3 double page spread. Then we get on to the others that it shows you as an example. So this one will have a small square 3x3 and a 3x4 there. And we have that exactly as it has it on here. And then this one will have a large photo across here, journaling, and a flower up there, which we will use some of what we've got left to make that. So the only bits missing for this one is that large flower piece up there, which we've probably used on something else, but that's okay. We can use what we've got. Then we've got the first one we made tonight. And yes, we swapped out a couple of the back pieces because to begin with as well, I wasn't cutting them down. I could have cut them down a lot more and gutted things to make them, but I just used the full. And what have we got on there that's different? So just those back bits are different. That flower's a slightly different flower. It's the same size. Those are all the same. Yep. So it is literally those back bits. Those two, sorry, that are different, and we've cut them a different shape. And then the ones we've just made that we've used different flowers on and a different colour bit. But yeah, I love those. And then still left over, we have, now some of the clips will go on our layouts, but and the numbers I haven't put them on because I don't know which I want yet, and I don't want to put them on till I've got my photos. But there's only a couple of paper clips, one of those, and a couple of numbers, so you've got all the rest left over. So there's lots on there that you can still use. All these are white numbers and tags, so you've got all of those, all the coloured ones. A couple will use some flowers left, some corners, the books, hearts, a book and a flower. So we've got all those left. And then we've got stripes left of patterns, quite a few bits after we've cut. You can't wait to play with yours. It's honestly, it's fab. So we've got all those pieces left. And I mean, all these pieces are decent sizes that you could use. I've got that piece left. We've got those. We've got some of that one left. Oh, we've got all these cards left. There's those 2 that I cut. But then we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the cards left. We've got some of the cut parts left. We've got that one. We've got those. We've got those. We've got some of that left. Another one of the cut parts. We've got lots of little tags and sayings A couple of little pieces of that. Wow, we have got lots of sayings left. My goodness. Another little piece of something. And we've got a circle with hearts. A couple more tags. Another little square for writing on. And then we've got 4 of these little inserts for our little pockets. And then we have a few little die cut embellishments. Some foliage. And so a couple of little flowers. A larger flower. And half of that foliage. Wow. And that little ones as well. And then, of course, you have got them all. Okay, you wouldn't use these necessarily because the wording on them's foreign. All those are English, so you could use those. You could cut these out or stick one of your things over the top of there. So there's all those you could use. And then what is those? Oh, there's another. Yeah, I was going to say there should be another one of those. Another one of those. Again, obviously not English, but those are all in English, so you can use those. And then we've got these all in different languages, but we could use a couple of. You can use that one. It's got date on. Remember, you can get away with that. Bonjour, you can get away with using that, can't you? Top. You can use the heart and perhaps put another little sentiment over it. The frame we can use. We could use this and have something across the middle. Yeah. I mean, you can use your door because everybody knows what your door is, don't they, really? So, yeah. Oh, the top 10 and the attention. You can use those. And on this one as well, we've got the memo that you can use. Wow, you could use top 10. The frame again, and this with something across it. So yeah, there is a lot left. I mean, you could make quite a few pages ignoring the foreign bits. I'm sure you could get what 7 of those. So could you make 5 pages maybe? Yeah, loads. And for £36, we've got 12 made up pages and possibility of another 5 or so, depending how much stamping and ink you do. Make a mini album. It would make a mini album, wouldn't it? Absolutely, you could make a mini album. Especially using the 2-tone cardstock and straight cardstock. And then just use this to actually decorate with. You've got plenty. Absolutely plenty. So yeah, I love it. I think it's fab. And I said I was going to buy another one to make them up how I want to. But you know what? I'm kind of thinking, I mean, I possibly will. But with the amount I've got left, I've got enough to make what I want to make as well as. So I'll see how that goes. Right, let's switch cameras. But yeah, I will see how far I get with that and what I can do with that. Try making that and see if I actually do need another one. Let's make sure that I get through what I've got for. Oh, excuse me. I do apologise. It's getting towards bedtime. Right. Well, we're exactly on 8:30. Couldn't have timed it any better if I'd tried. Thank you very much for joining me. It's been lovely. I've really enjoyed completing that kit. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I'm going to pop off now and I'm going to water the plants before it gets dark. Fetch the cushions in and fetch Hayden. Thank you, Carol. So have a lovely weekend. I hope you have a marvellous bank holiday and I will see you all next week. Thanks again. Bye.